Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2025 BMW M3 competition. This model is finished off in Laguna Seca Blue, and they have a starting MSRP right around $86,000. Now this model, as you can tell, has a lot of aftermarket and factory goodies to bring up that MSRP. So we will start off with what this is powered by, which is the 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6. This is also paired to the 8-speed automatic, and it pumps out 523 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. This nearly 4,000-pound sedan can do 0 to 60 in BMW's claimed 3.4 seconds. We have seen quicker times for this model, up to a top speed of 180 miles an hour as well. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling, you'll notice all of the carbon fiber up front is aftermarket, starting off with the hood, which also has some heat extraction vents, really nice contoured edges, great fitment for it too. The kidney grille is also finished off in carbon fiber. Now this has the factory camera, the sensor for distance pacing, all of the parking sensors as well, and then a lot more carbon fiber for the lower section, some of the inlets there. You can get a lot of cooling to this front end and better aerodynamics as well. And there's also the factory dark housings for those LEDs to match nicely. Now this model is also sitting on an aftermarket set of coilovers to lower it a few inches with the HRE wheels and then the factory blue M Sport brakes. Now there's some gloss black accents on the lower side skirt and this trim accent, and then carbon fiber for the mirror caps. They are power folding, have the camera and the turn signal. There's gloss black for the window trim, and then carbon fiber for the roof. Definitely a really nice looking model, especially with the blue and all of these accents. You get more carbon fiber for the massive trunk mounted wing, the entire lower bumper there, even on the side edges. And then there's LEDs, backup camera, all the parking sensors. Now you can use the key fob to remote start this. You can also use the key fob to open up the trunk lid, where for this family style sedan, you have a good bit of space. You can fold down the back seats. You have some storage bins on both sides, making it a practical sedan. And then you have buttons up top to close the trunk or lock the vehicle. Now, if you do lock it, just grab any door handle and that will lock and unlock this vehicle. Really nice interior with the two-tone design. There's brushed aluminum accents, Harman Kardon for the audio, and storage in the lower section. Really nice spec for this M3. At 5'10", I could ride around in the back. There's vents, temperature adjustments, and some auxiliaries. And then I have about 1.5 inches or so of headroom. Now you have this middle seat. You could use this as an armrest to fold it down, since you don't have anything that pulls out of that section there. But you do have pretty large drink holders within the door itself. And then up front, this has memory seating adjustments, and then all of the controls are laid out very nicely. This model also has window tint to give it that darker style, and of course protection from the heat. And it also has the carbon fiber bucket seats, which is a fantastic option to go with. So let's start this up. This has a leather steering wheel with that flat bottom design, stripe up top, and then all of the carbon fiber accents. Massive paddle shifters too. There's M1 and M2, and then all of the cruise control settings. On the right side, there's volume tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands, and then you can also go through some content within this screen. So you can look at some daily driving information. You can also look at some performance information as well, just depending on what you're doing and what you need to view. So you have a good bit. And then you can also look at the head-up display and go through a few of those settings too. Now you do get storage on this left side. There's headlight adjustments, one air vent, and then with the infotainment system, you have a lot to go through, and all the information in the lower section is fixed. So you can easily get into it, and you can also use the shortcuts down below to further get through all of this information. So you have a lot that you can easily scroll through as needed. And then you have more shortcuts here for your nav and music. You get heated seats, heated steering wheel, and then temperature adjustments too. More carbon fiber trim accents for the interior. You have vents, volume tuning, and defrosters, and then wireless charging, cup holders, and auxiliaries. And then this is how you put it into reverse, where you have backup assistance, automatic parking, and then the 3D view. So you have no shortage of visibility. You even have a full forward-facing angle that you can pull up to. Now there's drive and sport mode, so you can shift here or with the paddles. And then this has park and shifting points that you can adjust. Now there's traction control, parking sensors, engine start stop. And then when you go into M mode, you can change the layout for both the gauge cluster and the head-up display. So now you have some more performance-oriented information. Setup is how you can get into M1 and M2 and customize all of these from efficiency to Sport Plus, depending on how you want the vehicle to drive. There's auto hold, exhaust note, e-brake. You get storage with an auxiliary, storage in the locking glove box, and then garage door buttons and dome lights are up top. And then here's a look at visibility, where it's very easy to see. The 3 Series has a lot of glass, so you really don't have any blind spots. And we are still in Sport Plus second gear. Here we go. And just a mild acceleration. We have been able to take the M3 competition to the mountains. So take a look at that video where we got to rip on it a good bit and experience the power. There's really no negatives to this vehicle when you are having some spirited driving fun. It is a blast to drive, and I'm a manual type of person, but it's hard to argue with the competition here, and with how quick the shifts are, it's a blast to drive even without 3 pedals. But it's awesome that BMW does give you the option of going with 3 pedals, which is a phenomenal transmission for the M3 as well. I also wanted to touch base on something I haven't talked about before. When you have it in the sport mode setting, you can still actually go through all of this information on the left side and choose what you would like to see, and you can also adjust the head-up display. So while you have a different gauge cluster setting, it is nice that you can still have some info on that left side. Maybe you want some daily driving information to see on that far left. But it didn't even know that we took that turn. And of course, with the carbon fiber bucket seats, they are going to hold you very well. Obviously, depending on your body type, will depend on if you are comfortable in these seats or not. But the M vehicles that we've had that had the carbon seats, super comfortable in my opinion. I would absolutely spec this car with them for my style and for what I like. One of the best sports seats in a stock vehicle that I've seen without going to an aftermarket seat. I think it's a really good option. But in general, M3, it's a sedan at the end of the day, so it's a practical sedan to drive around. This particular model just happens to be track focused and have a lot of power. So if you're looking for an exciting daily driving vehicle, you really can't go wrong with this. With all the options, the way that you can spec this, there's so many different ways that you can go, and that's why we always love showing the different specs that these cars have. So basically the ultimate family sedan if you are looking for practicality and performance. So let's give it one last acceleration as we merge into traffic here. And that is going to wrap it up for the BMW M3 competition. Once again, huge shout out to 704 Exotics for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.